Oh, all right, we are recording. Okay. All right. So, hi everyone. Welcome to Devs for Devs. My name is Adam. I'm the founder of the group. For those who don't know, we are a group exclusively for junior developers, and we hold meetups every week on any technical topic of our choosing. For example, last week, one of our facilitators, Josh, he did a session on TypeScript. And then I did one the week before that on CSS animations. And so this session today is pretty special to me because this is the first meetup where a community member, not me and not a facilitator, has volunteered to present. And I actually want to encourage everyone to do the same. And it doesn't matter if you know the topic well or if you're just starting to learn it. I mean, like when I did my CSS animation one, I'd been learning it for like 3 days. But I find that like when you put yourself in a position where you have to present, you quickly upskill yourself, you practice your communication skills, and of course you help out other junior developers. I mean, we're all juniors at the end of the day, you know? I'm looking for my first job right now. So before we begin, I just want to let everyone know that this meeting will be recorded. Actually, it's being recorded right now, just so we can make this presentation available to everyone in the group. So without further ado, I'm just going to hand the spotlight off to Allison, and I'll leave it up to her to introduce herself. But first of all, give her a big hand for doing this. This is great. All right, it's all you, Allison.
All right. Hi, I'm Allison. I am a transitioning teacher, just like Adam here. I taught for 9 years and then decided to resign in May. And so I've been kind of working towards this since March-ish. I've been learning stuff and building, and I just a couple months ago got some contract work. So I've been doing that part-time and getting some experience with that. So the project that we're going to do today is actually something similar to like what I did for that contract work. So I just thought it'd be something interesting to show people. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of right now. But so we're going to get started. We're going to basically build a table from a bunch of data in an API. And we're going to make it like sortable by whatever category. And then if there's time, we'll make it to where like the rows are clickable, and then that will trigger like another event. So I already have the skeleton set up. Did you already tell them about all that? Like the GitHub repo and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I think Emily mentioned she was getting the GitHub. I'm not sure about Angenique yet, but yeah, make sure you guys have your code available, ready to go.
Yes. So yeah, so I already have it kind of the skeleton set up for you guys. I'll put that up on the screen here in just a sec. Okay, can you guys see that? Is there a way to blow this up so it's bigger on your guys' screen? Is that a thing?
You could use Command Plus just to make the text bigger on your side. Or are you using a Windows? It might be Control Plus.
Yeah, I'm in Windows. Yeah, I'm trying Control. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay. I was going to say, that would be like super tiny on your guys' screen probably. Okay. There we go. Is that a little bit better? I feel like that'll be easier to read. But yeah, so basically I have this set up for you guys. I'll show you what it looks like. So the table's already there, but there's nothing in it yet, obviously. And then there's like a little form. And then there's a little bit of navigation at the top. You can click character lookup, and of course there's nothing there. But the skeleton of everything is there. So like there's actually stuff here. It's just not like populated yet, but everything is like already set up to make it quicker and easier for us to just like add the logic basically. So I'll start with the, really we're just going to work in the JavaScript file. But that's pretty much all you'll need for this. So I'll split the screen, and that way we can kind of look at the HTML next to the JavaScript a little bit. Hello. There it goes. Okay. So up at the top, I've put in all of the elements that we'll need. So these are the pieces of HTML that we're going to need to hook up to. And then the buttons and the functions that we'll use to hook those up. So like those event listeners. And then just the very basic, like clicking the 2 tabs at the top, because this is actually just a single page application. It's just like basically the button hides the other part and then makes the other appear. So where it says click data table and click character lookup, that's just what makes it like switch tabs basically between the 2 pages. So it hides one section and shows the other. Okay. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to hook up the fetch data function and figure out like how to get all that working. So I already have the basic fetch request in here. Have you guys done like basic fetch requests, I'm assuming, before? So basically, right, you just like fetch the URL, and then whatever you get, you usually turn it to JSON, and then whatever that is, you do stuff with. So right now I just have it set up to console log. So if we pull up that window, like right now, if we hit the button, sort data, all that's going to happen is it's going to console log our API. Nope. There it is. Okay, so our API, it just returns like an array of 87 objects. These are just 87 different Star Wars characters and like a bunch of data about those characters. So if you like click inside, like these are all the little like categories. And so basically just I picked some of the categories that appeared in like all of them, and that's how I built the table. So like most of them have a first and last name, a planet, a species, a wiki page for more info, and then an image. So we're just going to basically be picking those things out of the objects and then working with them is how this is going to work. Well, maybe. Okay, so what I decided to do is basically just iterate through all of those since it's an array, pretty easy. And then like, I just basically assign a variable to all the things that I wanted to and like pick the data out that I want to from each character, if that makes sense. So I did something like this. Let first equal my data object. Oh, I need to set up a for loop, sorry. So this is just gonna like iterate through all of those objects in the JSON that we just saw. Okay, so like I do first and then data, this one that we're on, and then I put dot name because they didn't do a separate first and last name. And then I split it. So if they have a first and a last name, it's gonna split it if there's like a space in the name. So I do a space in there. And then since I'm wanting the first name, I would want the first entry in that split name. So I did 0 for that. And then for the last name, they don't all have a last name. So I went ahead and made it like basically conditional. So I did the same thing as above, but with a 1 at the end. And if that was undefined, I made it just like an empty string. And then otherwise, I made it that entry. The other ones are pretty straightforward. That's just like straight up out of there. I don't have to do the split and all that stuff. But for first and last name, it was kind of weird. So then I do Homeworld, and then again, I don't think all of them have it, but most of them do. But I went ahead and made it like a conditional, like the one above it. If it's undefined, just make it an empty string. And then if it is there, then it's just gonna return that. Oh my gosh. And then do same thing for species, wiki, and image. Okay, and then once I got all those set up, I basically just like created my own new object with only the pieces that I wanted. So I did character data dot push because it's just an empty array up there. So I did dot push, and then first, last, Homeworld, species, wiki, and image. Okay, and then after that for loop, I just put return character data. Okay, so does that make sense so far? Just taking all that stuff out of the API and then creating a new object with just the pieces that I want. Okay, so then after that, I just want to tell it to then take all that info and sort it however I want to. So I would just say dot then. And then I'm just taking my character data, telling it to go into that sort function. Okay. Now we actually have to set up the sort functionality, which isn't too bad. Okay, so then I'm going to tell it basically like what category do I want to sort by. So if we go back to our table, I didn't want to be able to sort it by a link, which I thought was kind of silly, and I didn't want to sort it by an image, obviously. So the only sort categories would be those first 4 columns. So last name, first name, homeworld, and species were the 4 that we had. So whatever that sort by category is, that's what I'm setting up this variable for. Document, get element by ID, category. So it's just picking up that drop-down menu is all it's doing right now. And then once you have said, okay, I'm grabbing that drop-down menu, then you have to actually find the value. So here's how it looks. You go sort by that variable we just set up, and then options. Which I believe is just asking for all the options that we set up in the HTML. Yeah. And you say sort by dot selected index dot value. That just grabs whatever value is in the drop-down menu that you have set up in the HTML file. Okay, so then we're going to basically take those 87 entries from the API. And the first thing that I like to do is filter. So like, let's say I'm sorting by homeworld, but there's a character that doesn't have it. Well, maybe I don't want to display that character if it doesn't have one. So I would filter it first, and then I would sort after that. So I'm going to start with filtering. So I'm going to say filtered users. And I'm going to take whatever data I've just put into this function. And then whatever person it's on, it's going to basically check if that sort by value is there. So like if it's homeworld that you're sorting by, it's going to make sure that it has a homeworld and filter out anybody that doesn't have a homeworld. It's going to check that that person has that value. Okay, as long as it's not equal to an empty string, then we'll return that person. Okay, so then I'm going to take those filtered users and I'm going to sort them. So I'm going to use the array.sort method. Filtered users and then sort them. And so how that looks for this one is, yeah. Basically, it takes like 2 arguments. So you say object A, object B, and you can make these whatever you want. This is just like what normally shows up for objects. Okay, so first thing I did was if it's not homeworld, then I want to do 2 lowercase. So if sort by value is not homeworld, I think I was running into an error when I did homeworld for that part. So I would say object A, sort by value. And then you have to do 2 lowercase, otherwise like the cases will like mess things up when you're trying to sort. Something funky's happening. And then the sort function basically like it compares things and it like wants to know whether they're like one is bigger than the other, and that's how it knows how to like arrange them. So basically I say if one is bigger than the other, return this, and then vice versa. So name B is greater than name A, and then I would return -1. And then just do the opposite. So I would say if name A is greater than name B, return 1, and then otherwise you would return 0. And this is if you were wanting to do descending order. If you wanted to do it in ascending order, you would basically just reverse these. So you would say like name B less than name A and name A less than name B. And then I would just sort it the other direction. Okay. So basically all I've done is I've taken the value in the drop-down menu, filtered out for that value, and sorted them. So does that part make sense so far? Hopefully. So far, so good. Okay. Good deal. Okay, so now basically that we've got everything all sorted, then we want to display all this stuff in the table. So I just I'm kind of separating these steps out into different functions. I find that that helps me. So like basically after the sorting is done, then I want to go ahead and go to the next function, which is display data. So display data, sorted users. I take those sorted users and then I push that into the next function where we're going to actually display this stuff. Okay, let me just make sure I've got like all my brackets and everything closed. Okay, everything's good. So yeah, so now I'm going to go down here into display data and we'll put this stuff in. Okay, first thing I do is sorted table body.inner HTML. And I'm going to go ahead and just turn that into an empty string. So basically all that's going to do is every time I run this, it's going to empty out the table, because if I don't do that, then it's going to, the way I have this set up is it's going to keep adding onto the table and you're going to keep getting like more and more and more in the table rather than the same thing just resorted. So I just clear out the inner HTML at the beginning every time to make sure that the table doesn't like start to grow in a weird way. Okay, so that's done. And then I'm going to basically iterate through all of those sorted characters, and I'm going to add a row in the table for each one of them. So I'm going to create a for loop. And then I'm going to create a new row of the table. So again, that sorted table body dot inner HTML. And then I'm just going to plus equal. So I'm going to add in a new row. I'm going to go tr td, and then I just have some classes and data values and stuff that we need to add in. So character click, so class equals which that will come in handy later when we do to make them clickable if we do that part. And then same thing here, put data value equals and then let's see. so now we're going to put in the first and last name. I can't do a template literal here because I'm already in one, so I can't like do a template literal in a template literal. I don't think so. So first and last name would go in there in the data value, and again, that's just for later, like if we decide to make this clickable. And then we're going to put in the first name. So this is just like the first cell of our row. So we're going to say, okay, data by first. That's going to inject the first name into that first cell of the table. And then after that, it's pretty straightforward. So we're just going to make a new cell and do our last name. Paste that a couple times. Here's our last name. Homeworld. Species. Oh, and then for the wiki, we're going to turn that actually into a link. So I'm going to actually go through and make that happen. So I'm going to go href equals, and then we want to make it that link. And I'm just going to do like target blank, so it would open up a new tab if somebody were to actually click on it. Okay, and then for the text that I actually displayed, I just went ahead and put the person's first name, apostrophe S, and then wiki. If everybody has a first name, I figured that would be an easy one. Okay, and then we're going to do image, an actual like image for the last one. I'm going to do image src equals image. And then I think I went ahead and added just style right in there. So style equals with 20 pixels. So it doesn't get too huge because those pictures I think are really big. Okay, and then that should be it. So it's going to create a whole new row for every person in our sorted users array. And then the last thing I have to do after all that's done is basically make it to where that table section is not hidden anymore, because that section is actually hidden right now. So table section body dot hidden equals false. Okay, so let's see if that actually works. Make sure I didn't miss a step in there somewhere. So if I go in here and click last name, sort data, maybe. Oh, I lost something. 77. Okay, let's take out the 2 lowercase right now because I can't remember what messed that up. Something weird happened when I was doing this too. Start with that and see what happens. I'm not trying to do 2 lowercase. Oh my gosh, I put it in the wrong one. So sorry. Try it now. Ah, there it goes. Okay, cool. Ooh, that's why something weird happened with last name. I'll have to go back and look at that. Oh, okay. I think I know what to do. Let's go back up here. Ah, I did. Okay, I forgot to tell it just to use the second entry. So that's probably why 2 lowercase wasn't working. See if that fixes it now. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we've got a sortable table, and then let's just double check like species maybe, just to make sure it's working on other ones. Cool. Okay, any questions about any of that so far? Thank you.
Yeah. Would you mind going back to the code real quick? I think
For sure.
messing up on. Thanks.
Sure, yeah. Which there we go. Which part do you need to see? I can scroll.
Could you show me the fetch data function again, please?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh. So whenever I press the sort button, I only get one entry. Do you mind if I
Are you
show you?
doing?
Huh?
Sure, yeah. I'm just wondering if you did you do plus equals for the table HTML? Or did you just hit
Plus
equals?
for,
Mhm.
oh my God, please don't tell me this is the reason.
Is that what it is? Okay. That's all I
Hold
can
on.
think. I'm like, if you
Oh,
just set it
yeah,
equal.
yeah.
Which one?
I forgot to put the,
No, you're good.
oh boy. All right. All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, cool. Okay, so do we want to try to do like the make them clickable? Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Okay, let me see if I can remember how I did this. Okay, so, and I also did a capitalization function too, you'll see in the other files, but I won't worry about that. But basically, like right now it's kind of ugly because like some things are capitalized, some things aren't, and that just like bothers me. So when you go in the files later, you can go in there and see how I figured out to do that. But I'll do the clickable part because that part's cooler, I feel like. Okay, so basically like once it adds in all those rows, then we need to go and add like event listeners to each row, if that makes sense. So we're gonna loop through those again, but we're actually gonna loop through like and I should have actually, I don't know why I did this on the name. That's weird. Oh, I think it's because I wanted you to still be able to click the link too. Yeah, so I added an event listener basically to every person's name. And that way when we click that name, then it's going to bring up a separate like page basically. Okay, so we're going to loop through all of those. So I put let rows equals document dot query selector all. And that's the reason I added that class to the name cell. So we're going to select everything that has a class of character click. Okay. And then that's going to basically pick out all of those out of the DOM and like give us a big list of them. So we just have to iterate through that list of every row basically. So I put rows dot for each. And then for each row, we're going to do something. Okay, so we're going to go row dot add event listener. And then we'll do click. And then that's when we tell it to, oh wait, my bad. I'm doing this in the wrong one. Ah, this needs to be in the add row click events one. So sorry. Okay, so then I'm going to tell it to do the row is click function. And then comma false right there. Okay, and that's it for that one. That one's pretty simple. I tried to do the actual, like the row is click function, what's in here, down here, and it didn't work for some reason. Like I always have to separate it out into a different function, and that's one thing I'm not sure why. So if anybody has an answer for me on that, that would be great. But I don't know why you have to separate it out into a separate function. I think it's silly. Okay, so basically like once the row is clicked, now we're going to tell it what to do. So all I did was let name equals row dot dataset dot value. And so that is going to tell it to go pick up whatever this value is right here. So in HTML, you can, if you do data dash and then whatever, so you can say like data dash ID or data dash homeworld or whatever you want, you can name it whatever, as long as you have the data dash in front of it. And then when you get down to picking out what value that is, then you would just say dot data set, and that's going to tell it to look for these attributes. And then whatever you named it, so in my case, I named it value, that's what you would put here. So row dot data set tells it to look for these, and then dot value tells it to look for the value one. Okay, and then once it does that, I'm telling it to click character lookup, which that function is just telling it to flip tabs, right? So we're just like hiding the big table now and switching over to like the little profile page that I set up. That's all that's doing. Okay, and then it's telling us to look up that one character and display that one character stuff on the character lookup page. Okay, so I'm going to say character lookup, and then I'm going to pass in that name variable from the row. Okay, and now I'm just going to take that one character, find it in my giant API, and then display that one character stuff. Okay, so I put let current character. And then we'll set its value here in a second. So for okay, yeah, sorry. I was just double checking that that variable was in there. So for the giant array of character data that I've got, I'm going to say let the character's name equal and then again, I'm going to basically smush together the first and last names since I have them separated out. So I'm just picking out like current character in my array that I'm iterating through. And then I just say, okay, if that char name is the same as the name that I've passed into the function, then that's when I'm going to say, okay, that's the character that we're talking about. And then I would just break after that because once I've found the character, I don't need to run this for loop anymore. Okay, so I've located that one character that I'm searching for, basically. And then I just have to take that one character and display all the stuff. So those are just my HTML elements then from over here. So let me pull those up. So this is the part that starts off hidden. That's the character lookup page. And so in character name, I would just insert the name, character pick, and so on and so on. So that, like, basically all those IDs are the same as the variables I'm about to use. So I'm going to say, okay, this character is, it's in the name. I think this is the image one, so that's why I'm doing inner HTML. And then some of them don't actually have an image. So I set up kind of something to catch that. So we'll do current character dot image if it's undefined. Nope. Template literal. So image style equals, and then I actually did a little bit of styling just to make it quicker and easier. So max width 100%, max height 300 pixels. And then if it's undefined is the one we're working on right now. So if you look in my files over here, I have a no image. So it's just like a nice little, like, there's no image for this that's going to display if we don't have one, rather than showing like a broken image. Okay, I think that's it. And then close that out. Okay, and then if we do have an image, then it's going to insert our actual image file that's linked in our object. I'm assuming I don't even need that max width of 100%. I guess I'll put it up just in case. Okay, so src equals current character dot image for that one. Okay, so that's the image. And then homeworld, character homeworld dot inner text. Homeworld, and then current character dot homeworld. Species dot inner text. Character dot species. And then we got to do the wiki, which again is going to be a link. I just put like a little sentence. I put like, want more details. And then we'll do current character dot wiki. Visit so-and-so's wiki page, and then so current character dot name. No, be just name, because that's the full name. I think that's everything. So it's just going to take that one character we clicked on and add in all their stuff to the character lookup page. So there's a few characters in here. What did I do? Give it a go and see if it works. So there's our sorting. Give it a second. And then now, maybe. Ah, there we go. Failed to load resource. Oh no, those are the images. So that shouldn't affect anything.
I noticed that the character lookup section is still hidden. Do you think that has something to do with it?
Well, so basically I think just the function didn't run because when I added, here, let me show you. When I did this part right here, where it says click character lookup, that should be like unhiding it basically. So the click character lookup, like right here, it says like character lookup body hidden false. So that like should unhide it. So I think it's like something with my function, like my event listener maybe isn't working right.
Let's see. So wait.
Maybe if I add something in, let's see if that's what it is. So I'll put like a console log on the click part just to see if that part's working. Because I think that might be something's not set up right in there. Yeah, see, like I'm trying to click and nothing is console logging, so something's getting caught right there.
So, okay. Wait, where's the event list? Okay, so data table. Okay.
Oh, okay. I think I know why. I think I didn't tell it to actually start this add row click events function. I think that's what I was supposed to do. Yep. Okay. That's where it is. So up here, whenever once I've added the rows in the display data part, I have to tell it to add those click events. And that's what I forgot to do. Like that function set up, but it wasn't set to run is the problem. I didn't call it. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. Ah, there we go. So now you can flip back and forth. So I've got this guy, but then I can go back to the table because it's actually still there. It's just hidden right now. And then I can just go click on another one. So I click on Poe, brings up Poe, and so on. And you can make this fancy too, so not fancy, but like right now, if we like go over Padme or something, like it doesn't look clickable, right? So you can actually, if you want to make it more obvious, you could number one, you could style it like a link, so you could turn it blue and underline it if you wanted to, just to make it more obvious. And then you could also maybe turn the pointer into the little hand. So I'll do that real fast too, so it's a little more obvious. So I just go back up here and I'm going to do style. And then I would just do cursor, pointer, and then color blue, and maybe text decoration underline. Okay, so let's try that again, and now it looks a little more clickable, hopefully. Yeah. So then like a user might actually know that that was clickable, because otherwise it might not be as obvious. Cool. Anybody got questions or anything?
So when I click on a character, all I get is character undefined. There's probably something I'm messing up here.
Do you want me to stop sharing? And you
can I
share
just show you the code I have real quick? Or
yeah, you can stop presenting so you can share yours.
yeah. I'm sorry, what?
I said, let me just stop presenting so you can share yours. So I just stop.
It was just okay. All right. Let me just present. Okay. Oh, my window's acting weird. All right. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, sorry. My internet was really slow. Okay.
Oh, no,
Hold on a second. Let me see. All right. Can you see this here? What the? Oh, my internet's really slow. Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I don't know if you guys can see my screen.
I can't.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I think my computer's slow. So I don't know what's happening. Wait, let me try this again. Dang it. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my
Maybe. Oh, okay. I think it's gone.
Oh my God, is that actually working now?
Yeah, I think
Oh my God. Oh, oh gosh.
so.
Hmm.
I believe in you.
It's my machine. It's acting
Mhm.
weird. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, let me try this again.
Okay.
Um, tab. Is it this? No, not that. Okay. I'm just gonna do this. All right. So, okay. So let's walk through this here. Okay. So we're starting with the sort data function, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. And so we have sort by. Okay. So we're getting the we're getting the the select attribute, the select tag, and then we're
Yes.
gonna okay, sort by, so we're getting whatever is okay,
Whatever
we're
those
getting the
options
option.
are. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Selected index, value, filtered users. Okay, this part actually made sense. I think it's kind of it's here where I feel like things start to go wrong actually.
Okay,
So,
got you.
okay. Okay, so I'm getting the actually let me check the row, okay, the data set val. Okay. So this is what I have for that.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. What if I did this? Because I had it so that if you click on the entire row, it will do it. Let me see
Oh,
if that works. Let me just try it. Oh, I'm getting Luke. That's all I'm getting. All right,
okay.
so
Go
the
back to
has
the
to be.
console.
Hmm?
Can you go back to the console really fast? Let's look at that error that you got real quick.
Yeah,
Cannot
it's
reprogram.
definitely like, yeah, 404.
Well,
So the
it's hard to tell just the images that it can't find, which is fine.
Hmm. All right,
Image. Okay, so line 137. Go there real fast.
right here. HTML. Okay. Yeah, I did a condensed version of what you did, and I basically just set the source to if there's an image, put the image, else just put no image.
Okay.
Hmm.
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 But it was saying undefined, as in like that character was not defined.
Well, okay.
Confused.
Well, after I fixed this here, when like the name starts showing up, but now but it seems to mess up around here, the
Right.
image, and then just
Yeah.
stops rendering everything else. Um, so we have style. Huh. It's image, right? Yeah, that's what the property is called. Current character image, no image. Hmm.
Let me see.
Hmm.
I think the problem is like the name that we're passing in, maybe
Into source, you mean?
into the character lookup function, the name that we're passing in.
Hmm.
It's either the
And
name or like I don't know. I feel like it's something with that because like if it's undefined, that means it's not finding your current character in the list. So then it's just leaving it as let blah and it's like not defined as anything. if that makes sense. Like, I think that's what the problem is.
Let me try doing this.
Good.
Let's see what the occur character is. So let's do this. Undefined.
Mm-hmm.
So this is undefined.
Right. See what I mean? So like it's not finding it, I think, is the problem. So go back up. Can you go to your like row is clicked function? Should just be like a little bit up.
Yep.
Okay. Name equals row dot data set dot value.
And it would be right here.
Yeah.
Let's try this. See, okay, so we're getting the name. All right, so that works.
Yeah, it is just like not matching them up correctly somehow.
Okay, so it's going through the whole thing. Okay. All right, so that's character data. Hold on. That's so weird. We're still getting undefined. Wow. I'll figure this out. Yeah, I'll figure this out on my own time. I don't know why it's not working.
Yeah, so it's somewhere in there. It's like that little spot right there. It's not picking up like which character it is all.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a better way. I don't know.
Maybe
there's a better way to filter for it than what I did, but okay, cool. That's all I had besides the capitalization function, which I figure you guys can look up on my finished one. So do you want me to grab the link to the finished one real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. I'll go ahead and drop it in chat real quick. So like this is the finished one if anybody wants to see that or if they didn't get all the functions.
Okay. Cool.
There you go.
All right. All right, so that's about it.
Yep, that's it. I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, no problem.
It was definitely fun coding in vanilla JavaScript. Like I've been so used to using React that like, you know, you just take for granted like what goes on under the hood, you know.
Yeah. I actually kind of like it better, honestly. I feel like it's just, I don't know, makes more sense to me right now. Plus, I didn't know like that too, so I didn't know, you know, new React stuff like that. So I thought it'd just be easier to go vanilla.
Yeah. Well, vanilla is universal, you know. Like, React will probably be obsolete in I don't know how many years, but
yeah,
vanilla JS is forever.
Yep, exactly.
All right. Okay, well, if that's about it, then I'm just gonna end the call here, and you know, awesome. All right, this was awesome. Thank you for doing this, Allison. Hopefully more stuff like that.
Yeah, hopefully. All right, is this gonna be on YouTube at some point, or how are you gonna post it exactly?
I don't know yet. I might make it. I might end up making a YouTube channel for Devs for Devs.
Cool.
And
yeah,
like,
I think that'd be.
I mean, I'll definitely like you know, I'll definitely put it in the group for everyone to check out later. Yeah. All right. So that'll be it. All right. I'm just gonna sign off. Bye, guys. Enjoy your days.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.